Welcome to my channel, All for Health with Jane. Family, we are on the AKA and Tibz murder case. This video summarizes the reasons why, especially accused number 1, may not be given bail. Family, accused number 1 has done a lot according to the prosecutor. We're looking at the first thing that the prosecutor presents is about the letter from the doctor. You remember in one of the videos that I've posted, we were talking about accused number 1 being in prison and at the same time being at the doctor's office, which is not possible. So the way it is, accused number 1 was in prison behind bars. The wife with another person, they went to the doctor's rooms, and at the doctor's rooms, this person pretended to be accused number 1. And when the doctor asked for an ID document from this guy who came with accused number 1's wife, he said he forgot it. Then the doctor completed whatever as evidence that this person has asthma, because apparently the person worked at the mines, hence the problem of asthma. Then after the doctor has completed with the names of accused number 1, then this letter was taken to court, only to find the investigators of this case will continue to investigate. Then they discovered that the note or the letter or report that is at the doctor's office did not have the ID number, because this person who came said he forgot the ID at home. But the one that has been submitted in this court has the ID number. Family, let me leave the rest to this video. You listen and we will comment at the end. Let's watch.
My questions are based at establishing whether there is a case, because that is the question that this court has to answer at the end of the day. That is where I'm directing my question. Is there a case against the applicants before court? And if there is a case, is there any risk if they are granted bail? Because those are the paramount questions that I have to answer at the end of the day. So that is where I'm directing my questions.
As a court process. As I have indicated to your worship before, there's a manner where I've structured the submissions I wanted to make. Part of what I'm submitting falls to the risk. That is now our section 60 subsection 4 to A to E. And part of what I'm going to submit falls to the issue of the case. Mm-hmm. But I wanted to respond first and then come to the issue of the case against the accused, as that is now the first leg. Whether is there a case? Are there exceptional circumstances? Once you have, or the court have analyzed and find that they are not or they are, then the second leg, which is now the inquiry about section 60, 4A to E. Now, as I am going along responding to what my learned friends submitted yesterday, some of the court's questions are answered.
Okay.
Thank you.
You may proceed.
The doctor's note. That might go to the risk. I think we have highlighted that even on our affidavit. Under those issues of section 60 subsection 4A. One of the emphasis that I've indicated at the initial stages of my submission is adduces evidence. The applicant himself, having been given an opportunity to do so, adduced evidence that here is a note from my doctor, Gavin Moodley from Dubadu, showing that I'm asthmatic.
The document dated 11 March.
Yes, sir. He adduced that evidence. It later transpired, as per Dr. Moodley's statement, that it could not have been applicant number 1 who was in his room. It was somebody else. And to make even things worse, because that person did not have an identification document with him, I did not write the ID numbers in the form. That is what Moodley said. And if one just take a glance of that document, you can see the handwriting are even totally different. But the one presented in court has got an identity document, identity number. Now, we have highlighted the issue of one of the case law where if a bail applicant, knowing it to be false, submit that kind of evidence in court. That single action of applicant number 1, 4 consequences. 1, the misrepresentation to this court. 2, the forgery itself of putting the ID numbers that were not put. 3, the pleasure of saying, if you look at the document, I was the one who was there. And I'm attaching it in my documents as part of saying, this is the proof of that. 4, submitting it to court as utter. 1 action. And it does not stop there, Your Worship. He goes on and makes a bold allegation that the state must assist him to have warrant officer play arrested for giving false information in court about him not having a firearm license. When he realizes that he has made a mistake, he makes an application to withdraw. What is important? He realized he was wrong about play and withdraw the statement. But he did not withdraw the doctor's note. He had an opportunity to do that. All he's saying is, go to Westville, you will find that I'm being treated there. And he puts the blame on the state, whereas he has the responsibility to adduce evidence. All that he needed to do is to ask for this court for an order that those documents be released. If he so wanted, not blame it on the state. Because the duty to adduce such evidence lies with him. Now, applicant number 5.
Sorry, before we leave applicant number 1, what are you saying? What are you trying to say by annexure KP5?
KP5.
What are you trying to say?
If I can just go there. Your Worship, can we look at photo 13?
Before we go to photo 13, let's start at photo 1, page 2 of the album. What is written underneath there? There is an inscription, or there are some words that are are written there, and there has been concerns raised. We don't understand what is that.
Situlwane thina mkhwanazi igazi lomuntu ofile asilesabi singawavimba amathuba amenze suka phezulu kwesiduli uzokugugisa umuso.
What is that? Ms. Dlamini.
We can give it to her to interpret for us.
What is being said here, Ms. Dlamini?
We at Tulwane, the Mkhwanazis, are not scared of the blood of the deceased persons.
Is that now the assistance by Ms. Dlamini?
By Ms. Dlamini. We can make him to come to
should she not put it herself on record?
Oh, maybe she can read it to us.
Yes, I think she should tell us what is
as a court basis.
Your Worship, the interpretation that I got from it is that it says at Tulwane we the Mkhwanazis are not scared of the blood of a deceased person. We can make him to come to a standstill, move away from the danger.
What are you trying to say, Mr. Taba? I understand one and foremost that this may border or this may be character evidence which the trial court is not going to accept because it speaks of character, or may not admit. But what are you trying to tell this court?
For bail purposes?
Yes, for bail purposes.
It is admissible.
Yes.
That is what we're trying to say. Who is the person?
That is why I'm asking you the question. What are you trying to say?
We are trying to tell your worship to say, the bail applicant before you is a person of this nature that swears, that carries guns in public areas so as to portray that it should be feared. And this is a person who operates in a taxi industry where he goes on to say, we can put Tuba at a standstill. Look, I think this, the emoji that says, I swear. I swear. Mm-hmm. This is the kind of person that if you release him on bail, he has already told you, I want everybody out there to see what kind of a person I am. I must install as much fear as I can to everyone who's there, more especially when one views it in the nature of the business that is in. And we know, we cannot run away from that fact, that the taxi violence in KwaZulu-Natal in particular, this is what is happening. And if one understands the message he wants to portray out there, fear me. This is who I am. I can do anything to put Tuba to stand still. Yes. And not only your worship is he taking a video, he circulates it. It's not a video that is taking for personal use that people in my homestead must see. No. Put it out there so everybody can see. And read the words that I want to portray to those people. Not only am I doing this in my yard. Photo 14. Public area around the Richards Bay area. There, putting a gun, having a smoke, whoever is passing, this is me. I'm not going to touch it. Portraying, now, if one looks at this evidence and say, okay, here's a person who wants everyone out there to fear him. it lends to a number of people. And we have, for example, made a submission in the affidavit to say, if one looks at photo 13, imagine his enemies that he has indicated in his affidavit come in that kind of situation and a shootout ensues. Who is in danger? If he moves around with automatic rifles and go and display them in public areas, anything can happen. This is the nature or the kind of a person the applicant number one is. That is what we're trying to portray. If your worship understands. Because we're dealing with the character of the bail applicant. That is someone who willy-nilly carry guns whatever he wants to do. And not only do that, but send messages to people that must be feared.
Okay, let's move on whilst we are still on applicant number one. You claim through warrant officer Pillay that he did not comply with the conditions. Inter alia, you are saying he did not remain at his parental homestead in Tubatuba, but he moved to Nseleni. Concerns have been raised that you did not do what you did initially, that is making inquiries at the people as to his whereabouts when you did not see him, and that you did not explain his constitutional rights, whatever information you obtained from him as to his staying at Nseleni was obtained unconstitutionally or without you having complied with his constitutional rights. What are you saying?
May we start with this position? Police went to his home in Tubatuba, which home he said he's going to reside in. A person was found. An inquiry was made from that person as to the whereabouts of the applicant. The person gave an information that ever since he was granted bail, he never came back to stay here. He does not know where he stays. That information is relevant for the bail application. The identity of the person is kept for the safety of that person. We did not want to disclose the person who gave the information. It is not, if it was a parent or a relative. Now it's someone who stays in the property but is not a family member.
You are allowed to give hearsay evidence, but you do not state that that is the information you have. We made inquiries and we do not want to disclose the identity of our informer, but we have hearsay evidence to say that ever since he was released from bail, he never went back to his parental home.
We said that in our affidavit. We said we found the person. We said that in our exhibit.
Please take me there.
Paragraph 169, Your Worship.
169. Upon inquiry from a person in the yard, my team was informed that since applicant 1 was granted bail, he has not been. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
I've got it.
Now, because
Was that now why you then went to waylay him at the police station, knowing that he was going to go?
To go as part of the reporting conditions. Upon arriving there now, he's asked, but we have been at your place. You didn't find you there. Where are you staying? Let me go and show you where I'm staying at Tenseli. We took them. It's not any kind of evidence that needs one to be informed of his rights. We were looking for you. We couldn't find you there. Where are you staying? He says, no, I'm going to go and show you. It's not disputed, actually. It is not disputed that issue. That portion in the replying affidavit of applicant number 1 is not disputed. If my memory serves me well.
Again, there is a concern raised that he has shown you now the place at Nseleni. Where is a confirmatory affidavit by or statement by whoever at Nseleni to say, yes, I'm renting a room out to Mr. Mkwanazi. Mr. Mkwanazi has been staying with me here, paying X amount of money per week, per month. Where is such information?
May I take the court to paragraph 171. But one has to read it with 170. He arrived and was arrested. He was asked why he was not staying at his home as per the condition he gave to the court when granted bail. He indicated to my team that he received information that his life was in danger from the taxi rivals and therefore moved away from his house. Upon inquiring, he showed my team an address in Nseleni where he said he was hiding from his foes. He showed us a room at the back of the premises. My team found a bag with his clothing still packed and indicative of the fact that he can move anytime from that place. There were no items of clothing indicative of the fact that his wife was staying with him at the said address. He was asked why he did not inform the investigating officer of the changes. He could not give an answer thereto, safe to say that he moved away for fear of his life. Now, it is not from the explanation given by applicant number 1. It could not be a place where one could say he's permanently staying. For one to say, to ask a friend, but as we are saying in the affidavit, it's clear that he was saying, I'm just hiding here as of now because of these reasons. Even the fact that we found the bed even packed, it was not to be more necessary to ask one, but why is he here? Is renting, is doing that? Because we are saying, this is the explanation that he gave us. So we accepted what he gave us. So to the state, it was enough for the state to understand that this is the reason that he has given.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Family, after everything that we have heard about accused number 1, you know that the forging of the letter that was taken to the court, the doctor's letter, and looking at, he was on bail with another case, and instead of being at the address that he has furnished at the court when he was given bail, he moves to another address without telling anyone. Now they have, the police had to go around looking for him, which is another problem that he has caused for himself. So another thing is this one of this note where we see accused number 1 on the social media bragging about being a Mkwanazi who is not afraid of a deceased person's blood. You know, all those things. Do you still think after we have heard everything in this court, do you think accused number 1 will still get bail, family? Let's talk about that. Does he deserve bail in case whatever they are saying here, it's what happened, it is the truth? Is he going to get bail? Let's talk about this in the comment section, family. Thank you very much for watching to the end. Please like this video before you leave. Subscribe for my channel if you haven't done so yet. I love you, family. Thank you. Bye.